Zanim zaczniemy dzisiejszy odcinek, szybkie ogłoszenie /przypomnienie. W opisie podcastu znajdziesz link do notatek. Od dziś będę je wrzucać wraz z aktualnym odcinkiem. Masz do nich natychmiastowy dostęp. Wystarczy kliknąć i ściągnąć. Nie zapomnij sprawdzić opisu. Zaczynamy. Słuchasz podcastu Angielski z Konradem. Nowe odcinki każdego tygodnia. Jeśli chcesz popracować nad płynnością, nabrać odwagi do konwersacji, skorygować często popełniane błędy bądź poznać skuteczne metody nauki, ta audycja jest dla Ciebie. Remember, you're not at school, so chill out, kick back and enjoy yourself. Let's begin. Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Angielski z Konradem. I hope you are well, ready and willing to learn. Enjoy the show. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Venture, venture, przedsięwzięcie. Content, content, zadowolony. Contradict, contradict, zaprzeczać. Whatsoever, whatsoever, zupełnie, w ogóle, absolutnie. Forego, forego, zrezygnować. Binge watch, binge watch, oglądać kilka odcinków serialu naraz. Last week I talked about routine and how important it can be to stick to it. On this episode, however, I want to take an opposite approach and discover why breaking your routine can be a worthwhile venture. I'm well aware that I'm contradicting myself now. After all, I've spent an entire podcast talking about how beneficial it can be to hold on to a routine. The thing is that we should stop sometimes and evaluate our current situation. Ask yourself, am I content with the way things are now? Do I enjoy having some activities on repeat? How do I benefit from following a particular pattern of activities? Today's article provides you with ways of breaking your routine. Treat it as a companion material to today's podcast. I'm going to present you with 5 benefits to breaking your routine, in no particular order. Number 1. Increased creativity. As the saying goes, routine kills creativity. The act of making something of your own is a perfect routine breaker, be it a drawing or a painting, a sculpture, a short story, a poem, a piece of music, a song, a short film, or, dare I say, your podcast. The list goes on. You don't have to be talented in any particular creative field nor publish your work online for everyone to see, though it provides you with feedback. Creative individuals are excellent problem solvers. More on that in a minute. Number 2. More brain power. This particular benefit is somewhat related to the previous one. It speaks for itself. More creativity means more brain power. Unfortunately, not everyone has the time or means to sculpt, for example. Engage yourself in conscious short distractions, solving puzzles, playing with Rubik's Cube, building something from Legos, even reading children's books. Something a little bit different each time. Something you can do while talking on a phone, for example. Number 3, more time. It's important to note that some routine activities have no positive value whatsoever. What do you get from binge-watching some show on Netflix? When you watch television, your brain goes into low-power mode, as I like to call it. It doesn't involve you in any meaningful activity. That kind of entertainment is completely passive. There is no creative output at all. I caught myself using Twitter routinely. I haven't tweeted much though, just scrolling through tweets of others. A few minutes in the morning, during lunch, in the afternoon, in the evening amounted to a whopping hour and a half, daily. It wasn't easy, but I finally mustered enough willpower to delete the app from my phone. If you want to waste your time, do so in a worthwhile manner. Number 4. Improved problem solving. Routine can make you stuck in a particular way of thinking, which makes it impossible for you to solve a problem which transcends your range of thought. In order to find a solution, you need to step out of your comfort zone. I found myself forced to introduce remote teaching due to schools being shut down in the wake of COVID outbreak. Naturally, such an enormous change in everyday life for both teachers and learners is a textbook example of breaking a routine. It posed a set of problems which need to be solved as soon as possible to make most of that particular predicament. Number 5. Self-discovery. Have you ever seen Monty Python's Flying Circus? There's a very famous sketch where a hairdresser, or maybe a barber, I can't recall, complains about his current profession and decides to become a lumberjack. Outlandish idea though it may be, there is some truth to it. As my psychology professor said, people need to turn their lives upside down in order to stay fresh. Breaking a routine means trying new things, being adventurous. A few years ago, I would never imagine myself riding a motorcycle. Now it's my main means of transport and I love every minute of it. Remember, breaking a routine does not mean you are to completely turn your life around. That's not the point, unless of course you feel such a need. I know some people, most of them were my teachers at the university, who did just that and forwent their careers in academia to pursue their individual plans. Looking at our day from a different perspective, to have a different outlook on life, that's the point. If your job is your sole source of income, perhaps it's not the best idea to cast everything away and chase your dreams. The important thing to remember is to stick to your routine, but don't let your routine stick to you. Thank you for listening. Stay safe out there. In case you had forgotten, here's the revision of vocabulary for this episode with some example sentences. After each sentence, I'm going to give you some time to try it yourself. Let's begin. Venture. Venture. Przedsięwzięcie. Investing in Bitcoin is considered a risky business venture. Investing in Bitcoin is considered a risky business venture. Content. Content. Zadowolony. George is quite content with his life right now. George is quite content with his life right now. Contradict. Contradict. Zaprzeczać. Jenny constantly contradicts herself. Jenny constantly contradicts herself. Whatsoever. Whatsoever. Zupełnie, w ogóle, absolutnie. Her explanations do not make any sense whatsoever. Her explanations do not make any sense whatsoever. Forego. Forego. Zrezygnować. The barber has foregone his profession to become a lumberjack. The barber has foregone his profession to become a lumberjack. Binge watch. Binge watch. Oglądać kilka odcinków serialu naraz. Buzz wasted his entire weekend on binge watching The Simpsons. Buzz wasted his entire weekend on binge watching The Simpsons. Buzz wasted his entire weekend on binge watching The Simpsons. And that's the conclusion of today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time.